Hello, my beautiful collective. Welcome to my channel, Mother Mary Tarot. I am Mary, and I'm here to give you a collective reading for today whenever you are viewing this. I do not use hashtags or anything like that, so if this pops up on your YouTube homepage or whatever, and you feel drawn to clicking it, then the message in here or messages in here are probably for you. Okay, so with that, let's get started. I feel like I'm picking up on a collective right now that has really struggled in the past with body image issues. You may have grown up with a predominant parent or parental figure in your life who was consistently nitpicking at the way you looked. It can even be down to your actual genetics or your body type. For instance, you may be a man watching this and you were berated for your height or some bullshit like that, okay? I feel like you've been going through a process of releasing the negative views of your body, okay? Like, I'll put it to you this way. No matter if you're a man or woman, you have always viewed your body through the beauty standard of what the powers that be put out there as to what is desirable and what's not. And it's so fucked up because they program us specifically to dislike certain parts of ourselves, our bodies, our faces, whatever, based on what they put out as the standard of what is attractive and what isn't. And a lot of us end up with body dysmorphic disorder or other just image issues that, we have a really big problem resolving because many people may view us as being absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, whatever, attractive, all that stuff. And we'll look in the mirror and be like nitpicking at every little detail, right, about ourselves. You may be somebody who, struggled with the thought of maybe wanting to get plastic surgery because on one hand, you want to love your body and your face and whatever for what it is, but it's like you feel this sense of pressure in a way to have it be or look a particular way, like there's a very perfectionist kind of energy coming through. And I feel like that is something that needs to be released, but also you need to also accept, like, if you're somebody, say, who has body dysmorphic disorder, right? And you get older and you're trying to embrace your body for what it is, like take care of it, etc. And you come to a point, right, where, say, you're at a certain stage, you've gone to the gym, you've done everything possible that you believe you could do in your power to make your body be what you want it to be, what you'd like it to be. Because that's the thing, is I'm not on here saying any of this to shame anyone who does want plastic surgery or who's thinking that may be something that they may someday go down that road because they just feel like that might be something they might want. It's okay for you to want that too. It's okay. As long as you're doing it for you, as long as you're not doing it for anyone else and at the behest of anyone else, then that's okay. And that's a message that that I feel like needed to come through right now. Hold on, I'm just gonna put this incense in the holder over here. That was my Indian rose incense. I feel like there's definitely a lot of, whatever group or people are watching this, there's definitely a need to really embrace yourself right now, your self-love, your self-care, self-nurturing, etc. Like, and to be fair, I'm going to probably reiterate this point, like in almost every reading that I do, because honestly, that is what the spiritual journey is about at the end of the day. Like, if you're watching readings to look into what another person's doing, how they feel about you, etc., like if you're solely watching it for that reason, that's not good, because You're supposed to be focusing on your growth and development. And honestly, you're not going to get any love that you deserve until you love yourself fully. Okay. So anyway, all that being said, let's get started with some cards here. I think I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start with some apples to apples just to see what pops out. Okay. Right. I'm going to see what other messages want to come through. But yeah, I feel like somebody who's watching this in my collective definitely is trying their best to like let go of this perfectionist look at themselves and to really embrace the parts of themselves that they found or were programmed to believe were unlovable. Okay. And that's, you know, and that can be such a difficult thing because we are bombarded in this society, like, let alone growing up in an environment where you have someone you're supposed to be looking up to constantly putting you down for the way your body looks or your face or whatever. And then on top of that, you have society itself and the fact that, you know, you had people like the girl who played Topanga in Boy Meets World being called fat. Like honestly, like there's a girl on YouTube and I can't remember what her channel's called, but she's doing a series called Fixing My Millennial Brain, and like she's showing all these actresses from back in the day, like in the 90s and stuff, where they were literally called fat. Like even Phoebe from Friends, she was looked at as like being the weird, like odd one out because of her body type and shit. Like it's crazy. All right, so Doctors is coming out straight away. So there is definitely a need to look out for your health at this time. You know what the immediate message I'm getting, right, is especially since we're talking about body dysmorphic disorder or just having a poor body image in general. My guess, no, I don't even want to say my guess. The advice coming through for you, collective, is that if you are somebody who struggles with your body image, but you're not actually taking care of your body, like let's say you're somebody who struggles with binge eating, okay? Hello, I've been the same. Do not worry, I'm not judging you, I promise. If you're somebody who struggles with using food as a way to comfort yourself, or you are consistently, you know, eating more than you should, and you're not even hungry whenever you're like eating this food, right? It's like God wants you to focus on the fact that that's feeding into your unhappiness about your body image. Because that's the thing, is it's a slippery slope, right? It's like I'm at a place now in my life where I do eat whatever I want, but I'm very, very careful about how I balance out eating whatever I want with staying consistent and being healthy and my, you know, focusing on my nutrition and stuff and my workouts and things like that. Like at the end of the day, if you look in the mirror and you're unhappy with what you see, you're only feeding into that unhappiness by not taking better care of yourself. And I'm not saying this to make you feel bad or make you feel pressured or anything like that. I just want to help you understand that the more you take care of yourself, regardless of what it is, the better you're going to feel about yourself overall. Okay. Body worship as well is such a wonderful practice. And I just want to say, like, I know it sounds weird, like body worship. What do you mean? Basically, like for me, because, you know, I've struggled with body image myself. I had started after getting in the shower and coming out, like I have a mirror in my hallway and I've started, like I always put, you know, I slather on my coconut oil, rose oil, all like I mix a whole bunch of oils up and like slather on my body. But I started like dancing naked in the mirror to music and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? And like just admiring my body, thanking my body for everything it has helped me through in this life, and like really just appreciating my vessel for what it is, regardless of how many flaws I might see on it, my stretch marks, my cellulite, whatever. I've got going on. You know, I've had 3 kids, so I got the little mommy pooch going on. Like, you know, I definitely do not view my body as anything but what it is. It's like, it's this imperfect but beautiful vessel that my soul has chosen to speak through and live through. So anyways, I feel like somebody needs to start doing things like this, saying affirmations, thanking your body for different things, because I'm sure if you're watching this, there's gotta be, you know, the fact that your body even just exists and is able to sustain your life is a miracle. So just try and focus on those finer details when it comes to your body, okay? I feel like you might be somebody as well. You might struggle with quitting smoking, you know, doing things that you know are not good for your body, but it's like, you know, you're struggling with it, and that's okay. We have Tea Party. So first of all, the doctor's card says over 20 years of education, they're still practicing medicine. Somebody here could have a difficulty wanting to go to the doctor. You might be somebody who's had bad experiences in the past. Maybe you have had issues with advocating for yourself in certain ways when it comes to going to a healthcare professional. And with that, I would say if you feel like if and when you go to the doctor, you're not being you don't feel like you can speak up for yourself or advocate for yourself, I would suggest possibly finding somebody to come with you that you trust. If you don't feel like you have someone you can trust, then you need to practice speaking up for yourself in a medical setting. Also, I feel like somebody needs to work on moving through the fear of going to the doctor, okay? So we have Tea Party. Named after the Boston Tea Party, this conservative political movement advocates for low taxes. Their stance on scones is unknown, okay? I feel like somebody might be from England watching this. Somebody here might feel restricted in what they wear or how they present themselves because of the people around them, the conservative nature of the people around them, okay? We have texting while driving. As of 2013, texting while driving is illegal in 39 states, so get off the phone or get off the road. I don't know. Somebody here feels like they're doing something wrong for sure. And as I usually try to state in all my readings, if I remember, my readings are very, very much focused on you, the viewer, not people around you. Unless I feel like God absolutely needs me to mention somebody, you know, or some situation or whatever, then I will do that. But I think that somebody here is being made to feel like they're doing something wrong. Or maybe there needs to be forgiveness for something you have been doing. Maybe that ties back into the bad habits. Maybe you need to keep and continue loving yourself through, you know, certain habits that you're still struggling with. We have Cartman. Oh, God. Aggressive and prejudiced elementary school student from the animated TV series South Park. Respect his authority. Yeah, no, I feel like somebody here is being controlled by someone else or feeling like it may not even be the case that you're around a group of people or a certain person any longer. It may just be the echoes, which, to be fair, I mentioned that in my last reading about how there's projections happening, okay? But if this is somebody you're still around, there may be somebody that you resonate with having around you right now who's trying to convince you to do things a certain way, to wear clothes a certain way, to behave in a certain manner, whatever, okay? Apply it where it fits for you. And they're, I mean, obviously, if you've seen South Park, you know Cartman is a little piece of shit. he's a piece of work, right? So, yeah, I really hope that if you're dealing with someone like this, you find the strength and fortitude to release them from your energy, okay? Because, no. Because that's the thing too, like if you're around people who are self-critical of themselves, they're automatically going to project that onto you. And if you already have body image issues or you're already struggling with how you live your life in general, it doesn't even have to be body image. It could be literally the decisions you make. They're going to put criticism there, even if it's subconscious, they're going to put that onto you and you're going to feel the weight of that. And it's going to be very heavy and very difficult to deal with. Okay. So someone might be trying to make you feel like you're doing something wrong or you're making the wrong choices and you don't know how to live your life correctly. Okay. We have police. They know who you are. They know where you live and they know how fast you were going. You have a fucking freak on your hands. I'm sorry. Like, I just feel like there is a very controlling presence in someone's, and maybe this is your mother or father figure. Maybe you are somebody who is still in contact with your parents or a parent who is consistently checking up on you, wanting to know everything you're doing, but they also make you feel like shit. Listen, I can speak from experience. I cut my parents off years ago now. My mom was first and then my dad was second. Out the fucking window. They're gone. I've never spoken to them since. Done. Donezo. There is a grief attached to that. Yes, it is very difficult to do. But once you see the truth in the light of what's going on in the dynamic, once you understand the actual covert abuse that is occurring in these dynamics, you will not want, first of all, you're going to be really fucking angry. You're going to be really angry and you're not going to want to look back. And then it's going to be, then you're going to be very sad because you're going to feel like, why did I ever trust these people? But they were your parents, right? These could even be grandparents. Put it where it fits. I feel like there's a heavy energy of a mother, father figure, somebody, an authority figure that you've had in your life for a long time, that you're finally, I feel like God is putting this message out because it's more confirmation that you're finally starting to understand what's truly going on beneath the surface of this situation. We have chimpanzees. Sure, they're related to us, but they don't write and they never call. Listen, somebody here watching this, you got a family member who is who's been some type of authority in your life who treat you like shit. They don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I know, like, and maybe I'm being a little blunt here. Maybe that's how they are. Maybe they are blunt with you. But they don't give a fuck. They're siphoning your energy, okay? They're siphoning off you by treating you this way and by you agreeing to stay in the situation, okay? I knew there was a reason why I needed to do this reading today. Because like I wasn't sure if I was going to do this reading or not until later. Like I knew I was going to do a reading today at some point, but I was like, do I do it now or later? And God said, do it now, do it now. Taxi driver, I got some bad ideas in my head. Somebody could even be doing something to sabotage a part of your life. Like say you use a vehicle to go to work or go and do something. Maybe you use a vehicle to go to the gym. And this person that's connected with you is purposely doing something to sabotage you. Okay? This person may also, like say if you are, like, and this is just an example, but maybe this is also something I'm picking up on for someone. Say you have started to go to the gym. Say you have started to eat really healthily or you've been changing your habits really well. This person will deliberately make a dish or a meal or a dessert or anything that goes right against the changes that you've made on purpose because they know that you'll feel obligated to eat it. Because they're like, oh, I made this though. How could you not eat it? Oh my, and then they act all insulted or they act all pissed off or whatever the fuck to try and guilt you or make you feel obligated to fucking eat some. And you're like, yeah, but you knew I was trying to watch my weight, and they will turn it right back around on you. You need to get the fuck out of here. Whoever you are. Spider-Man. Peter Parker was bitten by a genetically altered spider. When he isn't crawling the walls, you can find him hanging out on the web. Someone is definitely up in your business. That's what I know for sure. Now, like I said, whether this is somebody who's actually still in your life or somebody you've already cut off or distanced yourself from, they're doing everything possible to stay in your energy, okay? You may have monitoring spirits around you. Like you may have noticed some spiders recently or flies or something where they shouldn't be, or it just doesn't make sense that they're around, right? Somebody lived by a forest. Maybe you've started going on hikes. You might be seeing a lot of spiders. Yeah, I do. I feel like you've got, if you have cut somebody off recently, they're sending monitoring spirits, okay? If you haven't cut these people off or this person off, you need to do so very, very soon. Okay. I don't want to make this reading too long, so I'm gonna do a few tea leaf oracles, and then I'm gonna get some tarot, and I'm gonna go. I might do an oracle reading, like get some oracles. We'll see. We're doing tea leaf for now anyway. Can you tell me more, Spirit, about what this collective needs to hear right now? I heard the song The One That Got Away by Katy Perry. Summer after high school when we first met. Da, 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 the Radiohead. Da, 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 da. Does somebody that you were romantically involved in, do they have a connection to your parents or to this authority figure in your life? That could be the case. There could be these people could be communicating with an ex that you had to like be up in your business together. We have wall, misunderstanding. Okay. I don't know. I feel like that's telling me that you're misunderstanding the situation. Like maybe you're trying to make excuses for people here. I don't know. We got fair woman. So I was definitely picking up on a mother figure. So if this could be the mother figure I'm picking up on, yeah. There's people are trying, this person's trying to confuse you. Okay? Whatever's going on, people are trying to confuse you. Either a person or people. They want to make it seem like 2242 on the clock, by the way. So dealings relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. I'm telling you, there is an older mother figure, whether it be a grandmother, auntie, mother, whatever. Doesn't matter what actual title they hold in your life, but there is somebody here who's toxic as fuck. They want you to feel like you're going nuts. They're gaslighting the shit out of you, and they're trying to be like, oh, but I don't mean it that way. That's the energy I'm getting. 2311 on the clock. What do you mean? I don't mean it that way. Please. Listen. I hope whoever needs 2323 on the clock. I hope whoever sees work, achievement, success. Yeah. I feel like that's you. I feel like you are doing really well for yourself, and this person or these people are trying to pull you backwards. But yeah, I hope I'm manifesting that whoever's resonating with this storyline, please listen to this guidance, because I feel like it's time to go. Because you're going to notice that your health in general is going to be in decline the more you keep these energies in your life. If you're someone who resonates with having already left these people behind, I feel like you still have some cords that need to be cut. There's a cord cutting that needs to happen here. Okay, with this feminine, okay? What else does this collective need to hear? All right, we got two. We've got throne, position of authority. What did I say? This person either they feel like they have authority over you, or they want this authority over you. It's like they want to control what direction you take your life. Because with this Ant card, work, achievement, success, it's like they're trying to sway you to do. I do feel like heavily, most of you, if you're watching this, you are not disconnected from this yet. They are insistent on wanting to have this control, this power over you. Money path. A path of money is waiting for you to find it. So there is something you know you want to do that you're moving towards. This person's trying to convince you not to do it. This person does not want to see you move forward with your life without them. And they feel like the only way they can come along with you is if they keep you stuck in a particular space in your life. This can be both a particular job, live in a particular neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just a lot of different things they're trying to keep glued together so that you don't move, okay? Oh, it's too many. All right, I'm just going to get one more, and then we're going to look at the bottom of the deck, and then I'm going to get some tarot, and then I'm going to get the heck out of here, because I got to get to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym and do my big workout today. Dog, protection from a powerful friend, yes. So somebody here could have a dog that looks like this, okay? You're being protected around these people, or around this person. I feel like your spirit team, there is some type of animal spirit guide that is protecting you, okay? I feel like you've been being nudged. Like I feel like this spirit guide has been like, anytime something fucked up has been going on here, like this woman says or does something and you doubt yourself, I feel like this spirit guide is like, woof, woof. Like, no, bitch, that's not wealth. You're on a path to making, yeah, look, we have new home, new attitude. I literally said, I feel like you need to move away from somebody. I feel like you live close by to this person and spirit's been like, you need to get the fuck out of here. Go. Get out. Because that's the thing too, is these types of individuals with these types of attachments, they will purposely, even if you were to cut them off and you're still living like close by, they will come to your fucking house. They will be up in your business. Maybe you might even have to call the police on this person. Maybe it might come to the point where if you're not taking the guidance and advice from spirit, it may escalate to the point where you do try to cut them off and you do try to get out of their lives, but they're like up in your shit either way. They're like coming to your fucking house, pounding on the door, and you have to get the police involved. Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I don't mean to I'm not laughing at you. Like, I'm sure like it's a very stressful, difficult situation. Listen, I came from an extremely chaotic family, and that kind of bullshit, you know, would have been happening. And it's like, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, you know, that kind of shit, right? What cards do I want to use? Let's do the anime tarot. I really like this deck. I'm not a big anime fan, but I don't know. I like the artwork. Like, I do like anime artwork sometimes. Like, and my kids are really into anime. Okay, let's see any other messages that need to come out about this situation, Spirit, please, before I head out. In another life, I would be a girl. Promises be us against the world. Maybe like if there isn't any ex-romantic partners or anything involved in this, it could just be that this person has such a deep codependency wound that it's like there's a real desperation behind them wanting to keep you stuck, okay? All right, what we got from tarot, please? What is the message from tarot here? Ooh, excuse me. No one that got away. Sorry. I'm an oddball. All right, we got the Emperor reversed. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that kind of confirms somebody feels like they're losing control over you. There is an erratic energy for sure. Like this person is tripping up. We got the Wheel of Fortune. So something is moving here for you because this person is losing control. There's going to be, you're going to be met with a lot more opportunities and going to be just so much happier without this horse shit going on in the background, okay? Without this person in your life. 9 of Wands. Yeah, I think that you're sick of the bullshit. I think you're finally like, you know what? I'm gonna get the, it's like, I'm gonna grab this stick and get the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna grab this stick in case they come back, they come for me, you know? Like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, it's funny. The King of Swords. So yeah, maybe you are, there may very well be a case where you have to get the law involved. I don't know. This person, like, you know what? This actually puts me in mind too. I watched a YouTube short about this guy was talking about the fact that he found out that his girlfriend, who he trusted completely and, you know, thought had his back all the way. Oh, and I'm getting tingles on my left leg. So yeah. This is going to resonate with somebody. They found out that every job they were going to, first of all, like they kept having to switch jobs because somebody kept coming after them to complain. They would like leave bad reviews on the pages of the companies they worked at and mention them specifically to be like, oh yeah, they did this or they said that. And this person would keep having problems at these jobs and get fired and shit. And all the while, you know, he's going home and he's telling his girlfriend, like, oh, you know, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. And she'd be like all supportive and like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, that's horrible. And then lo and behold, he starts this new job again and he's there for like a couple months or something. And they get like a bad Yelp review or whatever. And he sees the username on the Yelp review, and he's like, you know, he explains to the boss at the time, like, listen, this has been happening at every job I've gone to, So the boss like is like, okay, you know what, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to dismiss it, blah, blah, blah. So he goes home, 33 on the clock. He goes home, doesn't mention it to his girlfriend because he's like, you know what, this is par for the course. Like, this has happened to every fucking job I've been to for the last while. What's the point of mentioning? Well, she gets in the shower at some point and her phone starts to go off and he sees it like light up and he sees like an email or something where it says the name, it says something about, oh, such and such manager has answered your review, and then it mentions the name of the reviewer that he saw on his boss's phone. And he was like, what? Well, so then apparently he decides, so that he doesn't jump to conclusions, to like take her phone and like, I can't remember the exact story. I just know he ends up going through her phone, right? Because he's like, I need to find out if she's doing this. He ends up screenshotting and sending all this shit to himself, right? So that he can take it to the employer, but also to the police at some point. And he actually sues her for doing this. So there is something here, I feel like, that is either playing out this way or it may need to at some point. All right, what's the Emperor reversed? The Six of Swords reversed, yeah. Oh, listen. If you're in the midst of leaving or cutting this situation off, this individual, they're feeling sick to their stomach because they know exactly what it means for you. They know that they done fucked up because now you know the truth. Death underneath the wheel of fortune. As soon as you put a complete and total end to this, in terms of like, on a quantum physics level, you placing the boundary within yourself where you're like, I am not fucking moving away from this boundary. This is now solid. This is now done. Bam, that wheel of fortune is going to spin in your favor. But I feel like you're somebody who's watching this, who you're in the transition right now. Okay? The death card says it's time to transform. It's time to get rid of this situation. Okay? What is this Nine of Wands? The Princess of Discs. That's like Page of Pentacles energy. Okay? Yeah, it's time to start anew. You have a new direction you know you need to move in right now. Okay? With it being, you know what? Look, I'm telling you, someone lives near a forest and you may even see buck like that, okay? With it being a feminine energy, my guess is that you're moving towards doing something that's coming from your divine feminine energy, meaning, you know, your empress, your inner feminine, inner child feminine, okay? It's like there's something that you may have wanted to do growing up that you were told, no, you can't, you're a boy. I feel like maybe you're somebody who makes clothing, maybe you're someone who wants to be a hairdresser or do makeup or something like that. Something that's considered feminine. Okay, and I'm not saying you're a man watching this. You may very well be a woman, but it may even be the opposite, where like you wanted to do something and you were told, no, only boys do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I am picking up, there's definitely gonna be a man watching this reading, at least one or two. I do feel that heavily. What is this King of Swords? But yeah, if you are a woman watching this, it's like when you were a little girl, you wanted to do this thing and you were taken away from it by people. Okay, we got two coming out. We have the Star reversed and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, that's under the King of Swords. So that kind of verifies to me that there may be a situation where you do have to get a professional involved because there's somebody trying to pull you back in and control you. And they're doing this in a lot of obvious sabotaging ways, right? Like I said, that example of that man whose girlfriend was doing that to him. Yeah, we got Eight of Pentacles reversed on the bottom of the deck. Eight of Discs. Yeah, someone definitely is trying to stop you from doing something. Maybe you're making progress in certain things and they might be sabotaging the progress. Like say you are somebody who creates clothing or whatever, and they're maybe like you're making something and then you go to find that the fabric is ripped. Do you know what I mean? Shit like that is what I'm picking up on. We got Four of Wands reversed, Queen of Wands, King of Wands reversed. There may be a tendency for you not wanting to do things a certain way because you're like, oh, but that's going to break the family up or something like that. That's not on you. That's not your fucking responsibility. It may feel like your responsibility. You may feel obligated, but guess what? This is part of what needs to be let go of with the Death card here. Okay? That is something that you cannot hold on to, because if you hold on to that, that's what's keeping you stuck. That is going to keep you in the dynamic, okay? Queen of Wands energy. You've got a lot of creative power here, whether you're a man or a woman. There's a lot of creative power. There's also something about using your gifts to your advantage in this situation. You're also smart, okay? You're creative with your intelligence, okay? I feel like there needs to be a certain way that you approach this that uses that to your advantage. And then with this King of Wands in the reverse, I think that's talking about, that's so funny. We got the Queen of Wands in the upright and then the King of Wands reversed. There's something that you need to be careful of in terms of doing something by force. Do not do something by force. Do something creatively and intelligently. You know, it's not going to make you a bad person to be strategic as far as how you move through a situation. I feel like you need to use your charm. You need to use your accolades to your advantage here. Okay, we have 444 on the clock when I said that. All right, I'm going to get an oracle and then we're going to get going, okay? I'm really hoping that if you're watching this, this is very helpful for you. We're going to do angels and ancestors, okay? Yeah, look, we have choose your path coming out whenever I split the deck. Yeah, you got to choose which direction you're going to go here, because if you stay in this situation, you're going to have to take on the karma of whatever these people need to be dealing with. Trust in higher forces. We got shaman coming out. I feel like if you're watching this, you're feeling like, you know, if you get out of this, certain things are not going to be taken care of. But God is saying, yes, they will. Yes, they will. Oh, we got two popping out. We got drum, dream, and journey. So that's really interesting. We got shaman and drum. You need to quiet down the voices in your head in this situation, because a lot of those voices in your head are coming from these individuals or this individual here, okay? And then we've got traveler, move in a new direction. And we had choose your path before. Look, release the old and rest. It's time to move on. And it may be difficult, but you have to trust. Trust that this is where 4222 on the clock. Trust this is where that this is the direction you need to be moving in. Because this is not healthy. This is not good. This is not going to serve you in any way, shape, or form. It's going to keep you stuck. And you're going to end up taking on the karma of these individuals or this person. Okay? That was the reading. I'm done for now. I really hope this resonated. If you're here, I love you so much. And if it resonated, please think about subscribing, hitting the bell button, liking the video, leaving me a comment. Let me know. If you're interested in a personal reading, I do have my email in the description box below, mothermarytarot@gmail.com. Also, if you feel called to leaving me a little donation, my PayPal is also there as well. If not, that's okay. I love you anyway. I'm so glad you're here, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.